Hello and welcome to Topson. My name is William Lebowski. Today we are going through a cruise at Thruxton here in the new BMW 330i British touring car. Definitely really liking the car. We'll go into the car. I'll save my thoughts for the video. It's not exactly a first impressions video or a review or anything by the means, but I definitely don't want to spoil anything I have about the car and about driving it and about the touring car class as a whole when it comes to this. Now we're having this really fleshed out kind of British touring car saga from a lot of the tracks, if not all of them at this point, if we're counting mods and the official cars as well. So it's just going really well. I think I'm in the future going to make a video about maybe the touring cars as a whole and as a whole class and as a whole ecosystem going forward. But that is definitely not what this video is. This is definitely just enjoying an awesome race at Thruxton. As an American, I'm not exactly familiar with Thruxton as a whole. I know pretty much everybody in the UK, I think, has this track down like the back of their hand. So it was a fun process for me, learning it and experiencing it as a new track and really getting to grips with it and seeing how perfect it really is for this class of car. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the new content drop as well. We're going to be diving into that van wall in Bahrain soon. Just you wait. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys are having fun racing. See you in the next one. I'm actually really surprised we were able to take that position going into that chicane, because that chicane has usually been a source of bad luck for me. I'm not exactly as quick on the brakes as I need to be there, trying to split the difference between being able to take as much from that entry, a corner entry, as possible, but also not locking up the tires. So that has been a sore spot for me since driving on this track since its release. But really happy with that move there. Maybe, just maybe, we're learning and growing. But anyway, speaking of growing, doing the opposite here, going way too deep into this corner. Oh, little contact there. AI coming right back at me. Let's see, we're coming up to this fast right-hander. Let's see what's going to happen. I know they're going to slow down on the exit more than usual to take advantage of that. That's going to be a double pass. There we go. Still got a lot of cars ahead of us. 12 cars in front of us. Let's see what's going to happen in this braking zone this time. All right, it looks like maybe we've just finally learned how to navigate that corner without giving ourselves some flat spots. Or maybe I'm speaking too soon, and we're going to end up a couple laps from now with a rumbling wheel with all these flat spots. But anyway, let's not steal trouble from something that hasn't even happened yet, as we're coming into another big braking zone. Let's not go too deep this time. Take the inside. Illegal pass there, so I guess you can't really use that curb. Wait, another illegal pass? How is that an illegal pass? Bro, get around me. This is not time for you to hit the brakes. Alright, so we're going to lose 2 positions trying to recover from that illegal pass, and the third guy is trying to squeeze his way in, take advantage of our misfortune there. It looks like we're able to hold him off, as it looks like he backed out of that. Uh-oh. It's Ford in front of us trying to go for the block down into this fast corner. They're going to... wow. They did not have the room for that. Let's see what we can do on the exit here. See you later, Mr. Ford. I don't know what you thought you were doing with that, Henry. All right, can we get another? No. I was going to say, can we go for another pass here going into this final chicane? Oh, did not expect them to really slow down as much as we saw there. Huh. But anyway, after having driven now with this new 330i touring car and having done some practice on these new circuits like Croft and Thruxton here, I definitely am enjoying the BMW. It's nice to have another rear-wheel drive car in the touring class, because it just is a unique feel. It makes it different than the other cars. So the variety. Did not mean to make that contact there, but it happened. But so it just adds to the variety of the touring car, the British touring car class, and really freshens things up, as well as allows for different style of driving, and that makes it a lot of fun. And I know this is only a new, it's still very fresh, still very new, and so my opinion so far can change. But right now, I still think the Infiniti is my favorite touring car, specifically its rear-wheel driveness. If we're going to split those two categories into the front-wheel and rear-wheel drive British touring car categories, the Toyota is probably my favorite front-wheel drive right now. But my favorite overall British touring car is still the Infiniti, and I just think it is a little bit more lively, a little bit more fun. Oh, wow. And I think you might expect that this BMW would be to overtake that spot because it is more stable and I think maybe even more predictable. But that being said, it is just missing a certain je ne sais quoi, whether it be the engine sound or just the handling. Because I think even from the interior, it looks, this BMW 330i looks better. Oh, going for the outside there, it's just not there. Running under the grass a little bit. But anyway, all things are pointing to that this BMW should have overtaken the Infiniti for my personal favorite touring car. But it didn't yet, and I do think that this car is going to grow on me a significant portion. Ooh, AI really locking up there. Can we take the inside from them? Oh, they're really strict on these chicanes, because I didn't think that was too egregious. I had my right sides still on, still in the track. So let's see, are we gonna get any track limits there? It's really taking a long time to decide. Nope. Guess we were just fine. Making that pass into that braking zone that we usually have making some errors on. See, as we get up to speed, just sitting outside the top 10 now. Looks like we've had a huge chunk of the field split here, because ahead of these three cars in front of me. Okay, that could have been really bad. Okay. Some very poor driving by me right there. But anyway, moving forward. Didn't lose too much, and here we are going into this fast corner that I love. The AI don't seem to love it as much as me, because we're about to get a double pass on them. And it looks like I can feel a little bit of flat spotting, or maybe that's just... Okay, really trying to control the downshifts going through there, because it's very, very easy to downshift too early going through there. As you can see how high those revs get on the downshift there. All right, let's start trying to bridge this gap. Uh-oh, I'm way too late on the brakes. Yeah, that was a mistake. Little lapse of concentration there. I was just focused on the car more than I was on what my braking point was. But it looks like we got our work cut out for us. Even on the hards, still seeing much more controlled tire wear. But when I... uh-oh. Bouncing off the curb there. That is not good for us. Driving really getting sloppy as we go. Speaking of sloppy, let's talk more about these tire compounds and tire performance. But no matter what tire set that I select in the oh boy. Anyway, no matter what tire selection I make, whether it be the hards and wets, whether it be unrestricted, or whether it be the mediums and wets, still, no matter what, the only option I get are the hards when it comes to setups. And so, first of all, that really worried me. Really, I spent a lot of time backing out, selecting different tires allocations in the menu before of the car, and I just couldn't get mediums or softs available to me, and so that made me really worried that I was going to be stuck with some slow, hard tires. But when it comes down to it, these hards are actually pretty awesome. And you've probably, if you've seen another touring car video of mine, you've probably heard me talk about how frustratingly fast that these tires get eaten. The tire wear is incredibly high. Oh, wow. Speaking of tire wear, I thought I was going to be able to stick to the apex there. Just couldn't hold it. But anyway, I thought that these tires were going to be far too hard, not going to have any kind of grip that I was hoping to find, and I would just be stuck on these rocks. But the hard performance in these touring cars, hard compound tire performance in these touring cars is actually pretty solid. Particularly if you're going to be doing longer races. And right now, it's funny that we bring this up because right now the LFM series is hosted on the Silverstone National Course, and as you know, Silverstone notorious for eating tires, particularly the left front, and multiplying that by these touring cars, and that left front is going to get even more chewed up because of how much the fronts get consumed in touring cars, whether it be because they are front-wheel drive or whether it be the BMW or the Infiniti still getting a lot of weight over those front tires throughout the race. So right now, we've seen from LFM, if you've been watching any of those videos or if you've been trying it yourself, you've been seeing that those tire wear on the front left, sorry, can get really, really, really excessive. Even on the mediums, Dave Cam talked about how he was down to 16% on his front left after a 30-minute race, and that is pretty significant for a tire set to be depleted down all the way down into its puncture danger zone within 30 minutes. So that's pretty fast on mediums. And so the hard tires were definitely visibly slower, but at the same time, you're saving so much tire wear and tire performance for later in the race when everybody else who was on the mediums would fly at the beginning of the race. All of a sudden, started to have a little bit more trouble as time went on. And especially at the end of the race, having to be very careful to protect against punctures and random tire, well, I guess it's not random when you get that low, but getting down into having a flat at the end of the race. So it's interesting seeing these touring cars really expand their life on these different compounds of tire over these races, which really, really, really adds a lot of excitement when it comes to LFM and when it comes to just racing these touring cars in general, because it really opens up strategy and it really opens up the different driving style choices you could make, which is awesome. That's something that really is needed in rFactor 2, because rFactor 2 is one of the sims that is pretty susceptible to a meta setup or a meta strategy, and going forward, it leaves little room for anything else. Particularly if you're driving a GTE or a prototype, you want to, even though they've, really overshot that. It's really, really bad. But the GTEs and LMP2s, even though they've done significant work to the tire model and updating it and changing it to a better performing, more realistic, as we should say, tire experience, there still is a meta when it comes to just running the lowest tire pressures on the softest compounds that you can. And so doesn't leave a whole lot of variability as compared to these touring cars, where you can find success running harder compounds later in the race and being able to still drive pretty hard on them, as you've been able to see me drive pretty hard on these hards. All right. Let's see, we can probably get this pass coming out of the... Wow, did not expect them to slow down like that as we make contact with the back of that car, and these group of three have really bunched up here. So this is going to be our final lap, as there is less than a minute in the race. So if we're going to move up any further, this is going to be our time to do that, as the clock has just run out. And of course, we go deep again into the same corner. But these three have bunched themselves up pretty significantly. And I was just about to say, they're setting themselves up to be passed all at once if they keep fighting like this. So that's 2 of them. Can we get this last car in the final lap to get ourselves in the top 5 here? All right, I think we're setting ourselves up perfectly for this very fast right-hander coming up. Let's see what this guy does, as we can feel some flat spots in our tires. Thankfully, this race is just about to end. Let's see, are we going to get a better exit? Are we going to make the pass before the chicane? Because that's going to be very important. Get it done before the chicane, as the AI brake much faster than me. What can we do here? Just not able to control it as we come to the line. Just barely missing out on a top 5 finish. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this new BMW 330i as well as Thruxton and Croft. We'll see you in the next one. Uh-oh, weird AI performance right there. But anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Oh, I'm sorry.